is Dear Singles and Married, and here we learn principles that deepen our walk with God and help us find fulfillment in love, courtship, and marriage. Hey, dear singles and married, how are we all doing? I trust that we are keeping those steps up. We are doing the thing that we know to do. Don't forget that you are who God says you are. You have what God says you have, and you can do what God says you can. Don't let anything set a limit on you. Even the sky is not your limit. You can go any distance, you can go any length, you can go any height that you desire. All right, it's good to be back with you. Thank you, my family members. Thank you for being there always. I love you. I love you, and I love you. If you are new, thank you for joining us today. I trust that you stay to the end of the video. Let us know how beneficial you found it. Consider being a member of our family. Like, subscribe, share. I love you. I love you. All right, so today I decided that we'll do something fun. And it is about ridiculous mindsets of love or romantic relationships. You know, I always hear questions that make me ask, "Oh, how did you know that? Why are you saying that?" You know, and all that. So I went online. I started searching. I said, okay, let's find out. Let's find out what are the ridiculous mindsets. There were things that are more fairy tale than realistic. All right, more things that are more fairy tale than realistic. They just give us a not so accurate opinion about love. And honestly, if we don't deal with those mindsets and we go into love, we find out that we now find it difficult. We begin to deal with a lot of stuff just because the mindset was not true in the first place, was not realistic in the first place. All right, so first thing, if it is true love, it shouldn't take any work. Nothing could be further than the truth. True love takes work. Great relationships don't come effortlessly. They come with a lot of intentionality. They come with a lot of work. They come with a lot of effort. Okay, so let me give something just came to my mind. Something just came to my mind. Now it's like you saying that pregnancy should not come with any work just because it is pregnancy. One of the things that I love about pregnancy, for those of us women that have been pregnant, is that you are pregnant, you can wake up in the morning, there's morning sickness, sometimes your hormones are up and down, your mood is up and down, and all of that, but you are doing it with a lot of joy. You know what? Because it is for a good thing. You know that there's a baby coming, there's a life you are bringing to the world, and that just fills your heart with joy. That's the same thing with relationships. All right, so the work is not stress. No, you enjoy it because you know that it's making the relationship better, it's making it more fulfilling for the both of you, and you are growing together. Great relationships take effort. Now, if the work begins to be too difficult and becomes like an uphill task, you may want to consider what that issue is. But great relationships take a lot of effort. Yes. And then you don't forget that love is a choice. It is you continually or continuously choosing your partner, choosing each other. All right. So it doesn't just come by you doing nothing. It's a choice that you make. It's something that you choose to do. Something that you choose to do. All right. Next thing we want to talk about is that couples should share every single detail. See, all right. So when life happens, right? When life happens, in fact, in marriage, there are many times you go to work, you are busy, you come back, you are tired. You are not deliberately trying to keep secrets, but you don't even remember to discuss certain things. All right. So you just leave it. It's not possible for you to share every single detail. No, you will share the things that are important. You will grow to a point in your marriage or your relationship where there are things that are not just important. They're not just important. Okay, so I turn off, I'm going to work and I'm driving, right? I turn off my estate gate or wherever I live, and then I see a car broken down and it blocked the way. but I was able to navigate and go. I come back and I tell my spouse, oh, as I was going to work today, oh, there was a car that blocked the road. Anyway, I was able to navigate. What's that? So you should understand there are things that are very important and we must share, and transparency is part of a relationship. You cannot afford to keep secrets, but you cannot. It's not possible that you will share every single detail. All right. And then there are times, depending on the work that you do, you may have to set boundaries. You may have to set boundaries. So, supposing you are a doctor, a lawyer, a detective, there are certain details you can't share. Your work requires that you do so. All right. So, you can share every single detail. I hear some people think that love means that you will never have to say sorry. Okay, so this is what I found out. This is what I found out about love. Yeah. You come in as an imperfect human being. And most of the time, is that person you are in love with that will sit down and tell you truly the things that are weaknesses in your life. Most times people see you and they leave you the way they are. They don't want to offend you. They can see things that they think you can work on, but they won't say it to you. That's your person. That one you are in a relationship with, you are married to, is that one person that can be that true to you to say, I think you should work on this. They will see you at your best and at your worst. And every time they point something out to you, you should be able to apologize, especially if that your action or your habit causes friction between the two of you. You will say you are sorry. In fact, love helps you to grow and be better. Apologizing only means that you are taking responsibility for the areas of your life that you need to change. So, you love somebody, you love them too much, you never have, no, 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 no. Love exposes you. If you are going to love truly and genuinely, you're going to have to be yourself. And being yourself means that somebody is going to find you not so pleasing in some areas. All right. And you're going to have to say sorry. So it's both ways, both ways. The person that is telling you and the person that, you're just going to find opportunities or times where things will be a bit challenging and you're going to have to say, you are sorry. You are sorry. Jealousy is a sign of love. No, jealousy can come across as over possessiveness, as lack of trust, as suspicion. All right, why are you jealous? And then it's also a level of insecurity, because the truth is that when you understand how much your partner loves you, is committed to you, and is there for you, you'll be at peace. You'll be at peace. Even when you see things that look suspicious, you give the person the benefit of doubt. The person can explain themselves and then you can go on. So healthy love is grounded in trust, mutual respect, giving each other grace and freedom to thrive outside the two of you. There's something seriously wrong with somebody saying, everything you are doing, I must see it, I must be present. No, that's you hindering the person. That's you being overbearing. Love trusts. Love says, it's okay. I trust you not to know that even when you are not with me, you will behave well. You will do things that work for our good and the things that make us better. This next one, if you, oh my God, it says you can change them if you love them enough. Darlings, there's nothing further than the truth. If someone does not change, if there's inconsistency, if there's a lack of willingness to improve and be better and change, your love will not will not do anything for the person. People change because they take responsibility for it. Yes, your love can support, your love can give them a good atmosphere for them to change a bad habit, a bad behavior, something about them that they can improve. Your love can give them an environment, can create a thriving environment for them to flourish. I agree. But change ultimately comes when the person that needs to change takes responsibility for it. All right. So if you are loving someone right now and the person continues to do it, then that's toxic. That's you losing yourself in the name of trying to get somebody to change. No, that person should love you enough to want to change, to make you better or to make you happy, to make you more fulfilling in the relationship. One more. One more. Oh, okay, two. This one, you must have the same exact interest. The relationship will be boring now. It will be boring. You cannot have the same exact interest. So there are areas that you must have similar values, similar interests, but you can't have the same exact interest. You should be, come on, variety is the spice of life, don't you think so? All right, so I may like something, I may have a hobby that my husband does not have. He may like something I don't have. But love now means I come to a place where I appreciate you enough to make myself available for both what I like and what you like. That's when we work together. That's come on. That's when two become better. That's when two are growing. All right. So there's mutual respect, there's mutual, understanding, there's mutual interest. There's mutual interest. All right. The issue comes when one person doesn't make themselves available for the others, interest, job, whatever they do. All right, that's when we have an issue. And then we'll be dealing with something completely different. But you cannot say because you are in a relationship or you're getting married that you will have the same exact interests. Okay. Hey, don't mind me that I'm laughing. This one, when I saw it, I said, okay, it is all right. That we should never go to bed angry. See, before you get to that point where you agree that you will not get to go to bed angry, you will get to bed angry some days. And sometimes it's not about the two of you. Sometimes it is something that you encountered outside. You bring it home. It just weighing heavily on you, and your partner is not able to immediately help you to get out of that emotion. You will go to bed angry. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you have to apologize. I'm sorry that I was not pleasant yesterday. I'm sorry for being whatever yesterday. And then you pick it up from there and continue. There are other times, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have an argument between the two of you and you will go to bed angry some days. Some days. My husband and I started like that. When early part of our marriage, sometimes we just, and when it was mostly for me, because I just felt that when he said sorry, the sorry didn't feel enough. I just felt that the sorry should run for another 4 hours. It should be a running commentary. I'm sorry. You do this one, do this one, do this one. And when he just says I'm sorry and doesn't follow up with what I expect, I go to bed frowning, and all that. But we've walked out of it. Walked out of it. Both of us have come to a place of understanding where we say we don't go to bed angry. And truly, where we are in a relationship right now, we don't go to bed angry, but we worked on it. We worked on it. We worked on it. So sometimes these things take a while. Amen. All right. Did I say two more? I don't know. I don't know. There's another one that I saw. Another one that I saw. That if you love them, you will know exactly what they want. Nothing. Nothing. People have to communicate what they want. Sometimes you will know what the person likes. I hear people say he should just understand me so much. I don't have to say anything. No, you have to communicate. That's why communication is central to good and healthy relationships. Are we mind readers? No. And it is after we have stayed with each other, we have communicated, we have talked, we have had those healthy conversations that we get to that point where you don't have to say anything, but based off of what I have learned about you, based off of what he or she has learned about me, we'll now get to do with it, and then we'll begin to act because we now know the person. We now know. So it takes a while. It takes a while. And even at that point, you still have to keep talking. I'm amazed that after how long my husband and I have been married, we still just find out that there are things about ourselves, each other, that we're just getting to know. Just getting to know. All right. And I'm like, okay. My husband is on the quiet side, he's reserved. So I did not know that he could love some things until very recently. Now discover that he wanted to go skiing. I'm like, really? I was like, I've always liked it. So you just discover interesting things about each other. So no, you have to keep having those important conversations, and you get to know each other very well. Okay, let me leave it like that. Let me leave it like that. Intimacy means being completely inseparable. Are you not going to live your life? means inseparable. That means you are always see. That's why they are fairy tale. That's why they are fairy tale. You see it on in movies and some other social platforms, and you're thinking, oh my god, oh my god. That's how my love is gonna be. We are going to be inseparable. Hey, there are times that you want to be alone. You will ask your partner, say, "Can I go on a vacation with my girls?" And your partner will go on vacation with his guys. And it's part of healthy because you're an individual. You're an individual and you need to be okay. There are times when you just want to be with your friends, not your spouse. I tell you the truth. And it's part of being when you go and have those necessary vacations, those time out. You don't have to go for a vacation. It can be an outing. It can be an outing. You just come back and discover that, oh, yes, All right. So I think that's. And intimacy, being inseparable doesn't mean that you are dependent on the person. No, we are codependent. I think that's it. But you are not. You are not dependent. You are not resting all your life, everything on the person. On the person. No, you have to be a healthy, a complete, a happy human being on your own, so that when you come into that relationship, you bring it as a bonus, as an addition to help the relationship grow. All right. I will allow you to go and find the rest for yourself. Go and find the rest for yourself because there are many ridiculous things. Maybe we'll do a second episode sometime in the future or later, you know. But we need to keep looking, keep searching and finding, what is true and what is real about relationship. All right. And then keep listening to messages like this, watch videos like this, watch videos like this. It helps you, especially when you're not married. In fact, when you're married, so that you can align and adjust your expectations, in such a way that you don't think that there's something wrong with your marriage. You don't think that a good marriage is not good enough just because it doesn't meet that fairy tale expectation. I'm sure that by the time you get married yourself, you realize that this is what love is. Love is a choice. Love is commitment. Love is me continually doing the things that are necessary for the relationship to remain healthy. All healthy, remain healthy. I beg your pardon. All right, all right. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Please keep pursuing the goals that you have. Keep working towards the things that you want to achieve. Nothing will limit you. Until then, God loves you and everything is all right.